Welcome back. The Ministry of Health is continuously working to keep its citizens safe from the COVID-19 virus by improving its response measures to quarantine. So says the Ministry of Health. Fernell Neptune reports on the latest advancements in ensuring citizen safety.
The Ministry of Health is well on its way to improving its surveillance of people on home quarantine through the introduction of innovative technology. The introduction of the two electronic monitoring devices, the BioIntelliSense BioButton and the Amber wristwatch, is expected to come on stream on January 18, 2021. Acting National Epidemiologist Dr. Dana Gomez explains the purpose and benefits of the BioButton.
The BioButton is a disposable, one-time use body sensor about the size of a quarter, designed to be worn on the left side of the chest. It is small and unnoticeable. It monitors the vitals of quarantined persons who may be at high risk for developing COVID-19 disease. It also provides continuous temperature, respiratory rate, and heart rate measurements to the user. In so doing, it enables the early detection of potential cases.
Dr. Gomez also spoke on the capabilities of the Amber wristwatch.
Through its geofencing capabilities, it ensures that persons wearing the device remain within the confines of their home as per home quarantine protocols. It also allows for the monitoring of vitals of the quarantined individual. This means that should persons develop symptoms during their quarantine period, this would be detected by the Department of Health. Through improved monitoring, this device will aid in the nation's COVID-19 response plan by limiting the spread of the disease, as it helps to ensure that persons remain at home during their quarantine period.
The BioButton will cost US $100 for the 14-day period, and the Amber wristwatch will cost US $75 for the 14-day rental. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Fernell Neptune.
The Prime Minister made a plea for compliance to COVID-19 protocols when he addressed the nation on Thursday.
In the past week, over 120 cases of COVID-19 have been announced. During his address to the nation, Prime Minister Allen Chastanet urged the public once again to take personal responsibility when it comes to ensuring a decrease in the number of COVID cases being recorded on island. Prime Minister Chastanet reminded the nation that the economy would not be able to endure another national shutdown.
And while the activities over Christmas and New Year's by themselves are not responsible for the numbers that we're seeing, it is and has been a large contributor to the numbers that we're seeing. And what we need to recognize is that the sacrifice that we have to make is that we must minimize our social activities. And the government has continued to try to work with the population to make sure that we minimize the impact on our economy. Because there's no point in saving people if in fact their livelihoods are being affected. And we've repeated to say that it'll be a very difficult and daunting task for any government in the world to survive a full shutdown.
The Prime Minister urged citizens to play their part in ensuring that the country continues to run and reiterated the point that it is possible to coexist with the virus.
It is possible to have our cake and to eat it. And what I mean by that, it is possible for us to maintain the highest levels of safety, health safety, for all our citizens, and at the same time for our economy to be open. But what does it require? It requires discipline. It requires enforcement. And it requires all of us to be each other's brother's keeper. Countries like Taiwan and Japan have shown us that it can happen. That if the entire nation is dedicated and focused on maintaining the highest level of implementation of the protocols, we can succeed.
That was Prime Minister Allen Chastanet during the address to the nation on Thursday, 14th January. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
A freak accident involving a cutlass has landed a Saltibus resident in hospital. Fire Service spokesperson Damien Jabatis explained that officials responded to the call at approximately 7:30 p.m.
Emergency officers discovered a 28-year-old male who indicated that he had slipped and accidentally grabbed onto a nearby cutlass. Patient sustained lacerations to 3 fingers on his left hand. He was assessed, treated, and transported to the St. Jude Hospital, where he was handed over to medical staff in a stable condition.
Meanwhile, at about 9:34 p.m., fire personnel responded to a house fire in Cantonment Vieux-Fort.
The responding crew of the Vieux-Fort Fire Station found that a plywood structure covered with galvanized, measuring 8 feet by 12 feet, and all of its contents had been completely destroyed by the fire. The individual who occupied the structure stated that he was using a coal pot for cooking purposes, which then got out of control. There were no injuries as a result of the fire.
On the same day, fire service personnel responded to a vehicular accident at Escape Micoud.
The Vieux-Fort Fire Station was called to assist with a motor vehicle incident at Escape Micoud. The information received indicated that a pickup van had run off the roadway. Responding officers found that a Toyota Hilux Ford van with government registration plates had run off the road and rolled over. No one was trapped. A 54-year-old male complained of general body pains, and a 62-year-old male complained of neck pains. Both patients were assessed, treated, and transported to the St. Jude Hospital. They were handed over to medical staff in a stable condition.
That was Fire Service spokesperson Damien Jabatis. You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us when we return. The latest weather report.